Don't concentrate on the finger or you will miss all that heavenly glory.
So let's just say that I make my own simulation.
GOAD podcast.
However you want to start.
Good evening, folks. Welcome to GOAD. GOADcast.
The Dungeon of GOAD.
Dungeon of GOAD.
Where the round square table is.
Where the round square table is. I don't know how your guys' week has been, but mine has been very busy. Very busy. Work, family, life.
Is Becky down?
Becky's not down. She is up, and I went up there on Friday, worked, I actually had her work with me, and I actually had a guy from Orange County drive up. He left at 3 in the morning Saturday, drove up there, worked till 3 o'clock, then drove back down here. Helped me out tremendously, though, because I had to get these 3 furnaces installed because I would not have had it any time after Saturday, and I couldn't have done it by myself. So Becky helped. She just did some wiring, took some stuff apart, just cleaned up whatever I needed, helped out. But man, time, it's hard to find it, hard to get it.
It's fleeting. It is fleeting. I don't get to.
You got to.
I got to fire 2 people on Thursday.
You do?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can we talk about it at all?
Sure. You want to talk about it? We'll talk about it.
I mean, because they're probably not going to listen to this. So they're going to hate you.
Well, look, it's colossal. It was a colossal mistake on our part
On your
for
part.
hiring the 2 people in the first place because they're married.
Oh,
Right?
I knew it was
You
them
knew it.
as soon as you said 2 people. I thought they were doing good, man.
Well, the problem is that when they interviewed super well. They had all the right answers, they had all the right everything, and they know, it's
all the right curves and all the right places.
They set the bar. Unfortunately, it's a lesson for them is that when you interview, you want to set your bar at somewhere around competency.
Oh, okay.
Right? And then when you start, blow it out the water.
Oh, okay.
Right? It's
Agree.
right?
Yeah.
Set it here. Like, I can do this job. Job was made for me. Whatever.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. And then when you start, just prove yourself 200-fold.
Yeah.
And then everybody goes, oh, my gosh. Josh is, wow. This
Yeah.
guy is great. Instead, they set the bar like way up here, and then when they started, you just see all the holes.
Oh no.
You're like, wait a minute, you don't know how to seal off a house so rats don't get in it? No, we just did trapping where I was before. Yeah, but during the interview, you said that you knew how to do that.
So now,
So-
tell me this: why wouldn't you just teach them how to do it?
Well, that is a great question.
Okay.
I don't believe that the person that we hired in the office can learn
Oh, okay.
the way that we need her to do it.
Oh, okay.
The other problem is today. So we have two people in the office.
Yes.
Saturday and Monday, it was the new girl,
Okay.
the newer girl, right? So there's certain things on the schedule they got to dial in, make it make sense, try to curb some of the overtime, drive time. I mean, it's a big responsibility.
Yes.
It's almost unfair, but that's her deal. Well, yesterday, her husband ends up working 14 hours,
Yes.
7 hours driving, 8 hours work.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Doesn't get home till 9 o'clock last night.
Oh, he must be beat.
Beat. And then, of course, they're both late for work this morning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because they got home late, which
Yeah.
is not my responsibility.
Right.
I don't care that you got home late.
Oh, okay. You should care a little bit.
I mean, I do a little. I care that you worked 14 hours is a long day.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't want people dying.
Right.
Right? It's a work-life balance. I want you to have the work-life balance.
Yeah.
I want, you know what I mean? And so I care in that regard.
Oh, good. Thank you.
But when the
I
next,
get what you're saying.
when the
Jacob.
next day comes, I expect you at the office.
Right.
Or I expect you doing your work.
Absolutely, with a Monster, coffee, whatever you drink.
Whatever you got to do.
Line of Coke.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
Wow, maybe.
I mean,
not unless you bring enough for the whole office. You know what they say. You didn't bring
Sharing
enough.
is caring.
Sharing is caring. But so this day goes by. The newer girl in the office today struggles like crazy.
okay.
Not struggles like crazy. She's pretending to carry it together, but as you all know, or you may know, whether you're doing a good job or a bad job, and you feel like you work by yourself, like our technicians are out in the field, typically by themselves,
Yes.
very little oversight.
Yes.
We know if you're doing a good job or not.
Right, by the progress of work.
We know.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the customers tell us.
Yeah.
The callbacks tell us. A lot of things tell us whether or not somebody's doing a good job or not. So he's out. He comes back today he didn't work as long, and he picks up his wife and takes her home. She doesn't drive.
literally carries her home.
Yes.
Okay.
Because she doesn't drive. So they have this thing worked out now where he goes to work, picks her up at the office, they drive home, he drops her off at the office, he goes to work. Right?
And he carries her in like a
Not
little
in a stroller.
in a stroller.
Yeah. Like a bougie, what was that?
Right.
The backpack, that
Oh
baby.
yeah, right on the chest.
Yes.
Perfect.
Just,
Her legs dangling
Yep.
out. He's running full speed.
yep.
I love it.
He's like, I know you're afraid to drive, babe. No problem. I got you on my
Yeah.
belly.
No traffic this way, hon.
Yeah. So he comes in. Now I had already left
Right.
the office, but he comes in to pick up his wife and starts blaming the other girl that he had to work 14 hours yesterday.
Oh, blaming her?
Blaming her.
Like how?
Like,
Hey, I had to work 14 hours because you were.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was crazy. I had to work 14 hours because of her.
no, I had to work 14 hours because of you yesterday.
Okay, like kind of frustrated.
When it was his wife that was working Saturday who understood what the schedule looked like yesterday.
Okay.
She had all of Saturday to fix it.
Oh, so it was his wife that made him work,
Yeah.
and then carry her home.
And so then the newer girl's making now comments based on his reaction and what he's saying to
Now, is the newer girl the guy's wife?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's making comments. He's making comments, upsetting somebody that's been with us for years,
Oh man.
right?
Yeah.
And then on the way out, the newer girl calls her a B.
Shut.
Wow.
Yes.
Like in a mean way or like playful?
Is there no two girls who call each other B's? It's not a nice way.
Okay. I mean,
That's girls don't
like best friends. They can call each other that.
Best friends can, but
Not, you know.
no, like my business partner's wife calls him every once in a while.
Right.
You know, that's just, and it's playful.
Yeah. This was not playful.
This was not play. Well, no, they barely know each other.
Yeah.
They worked with each other for a month.
So this was meant to hurt the other person.
Yeah, it was meant to hurt her.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
So obviously she calls and then says,
Oh, she called you and told you.
She called me and told me she's crying.
Oh, she's crying. Well,
Yeah.
that gives it away. It was not friendly.
Right. No, it wasn't friendly.
Okay.
And so it's like, okay,
So when are you letting them go?
Thursday,
Now, why not tomorrow?
book schedule.
Oh, you're too busy to fire them.
Yeah.
Just do it over text, man. It's the.
No, I need the
The
truck.
new generation.
That's the new generation way.
No, I need the
Yeah.
truck back
Oh, okay.
with everything on it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right.
You want to give him, yeah.
California doesn't let me penalize him if he sells my $2,000 roto hammer on the way to the office
Oh man,
if he knows he's getting fired.
that's crazy. So you're losing 2 people.
Yeah, but we're going into a slow season too, so
So good.
you know we're really had that extra office person worked out the way that we had planned, and that she was going to add value and be able to put more things on the schedule
Yeah,
for the additional technician, then it
Yeah.
would have worked out great.
man.
But she didn't. So now we're in the season where we can't experiment anymore.
Damn.
So between here and March, until March 1st, it's going to be pretty slow.
Wow. If there was only more time, 14-hour days.
I know.
If that was normal.
Our lives. Our lives. They
Yeah.
said start a business. It'll be fun, they said.
Right? That's right.
Now, having said that, we got to get Josh starting a business.
Yeah, he's actually started one.
Yes, I want to actually start one, a locksmithing business.
Quit it. Are you a locksmith?
I'm gonna take classes to be one.
Do that.
I did
Yes.
locksmithing. It was one of my
You
favorite
did?
jobs.
Yes.
Yeah, I really liked it.
And you discovered that you couldn't make a living at it working for somebody else.
You're right. Yeah, it was very low pay, and then even starting a business would be hard. I think it'd be hard for Josh, not to discourage you. A lot of people. I don't know. This is tough. I'm not
don't
gonna
know.
discourage you right now, but
I don't think so.
I'm
anyway,
already
you could do.
discouraged.
You could
Jared,
do
you just killed me. Now
Yeah.
you're gonna have to pay
I'm
me
sorry.
for the time that I spent.
a lot of competition, a lot of, but
Any
it's
business,
fun.
any business is hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
I mean, dude, I can't walk out in the
No.
street right now, and if I threw a rock,
I'd say
I'd hit anybody
if
that
you-
works on air conditioners.
If you- freeway?
If you looked up how much a business owner of a locksmith makes,
Mhm.
yeah, it's not like the potential. You'd have to get into doing some big accounts, but the normal one man shop, they're struggling. One man show.
Yeah, because it's not about making keys anymore, really.
No, because everybody goes to the kiosk to make keys. They go
Right.
to the little machine in the store.
Those things don't work.
But for security locks,
Security locks.
those are-
Yeah, and now everything's digital using
Yeah.
your phone. So there's installing stuff, but like you need to get some big accounts installing some stuff. But
I'm a big fan, man. I'm a big fan of you starting
Big
whatever
fan.
you want.
Yes.
I
You
don't-
know,
Jared.
yeah.
everything's
First, I'm going to discourage you.
Jared. Jared.
yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's a marketing and sales
Do
game.
you know the 5?
But because listen, AAA, if you get locked out, people are calling AAA. So if you can get an account with AAA so that they call you and stuff, but
I want to hear the 5.
Do you know the 5 manifestations of natural phenomena? One of them right now is my fist,
Uh-huh.
and this is Jared's face.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Okay.
No, so time,
Time.
right?
I like it. Somebody had to
Time.
get this cart back on the road.
Force, action, space, and matter. So what does that talk to you about? What is the first verse in the Bible?
In the beginning.
in the
beginning
beginning.
is what? Time?
In the beginning. That beginning is an indication of time.
Yeah.
Yes. Force is God.
Force, yeah. Dark matter, or
Action,
God particles.
created.
Mm-hmm.
Space, heavens, and matter, the earth.
Oh, yeah.
So let's talk about 2 of those.
Space and time,
Space and time.
which are inseparable.
Exactly.
Space and time. Define space.
You're sitting in space.
What's in
Perfect.
between your ears, man?
Yeah.
Define time.
You hear that? You hear that soft hum?
Yes,
That's the wind blowing through.
That's how I fall asleep so easly.
Time? Is time relative?
I get a little wax in my ear. You
or
can
is
hear a
it
whistle.
Absolute? Oh, man. That air's
That was
being
only,
blocked.
that was only funny to me. That's okay.
That air's being
all right.
blocked by the earwax in your ear. It's just-
No, I said if I get a little wax in my ear, you can hear it whistle. Oh my gosh. Okay, so time and space inseparable. You can't have time without space. You can't have space without time.
Okay.
Some people are even disagreeing whether or not time exists.
Like Jared.
I love time.
Do you?
I don't follow the rules of time, but
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
that's a discussion killer right there. You're just,
I
I don't
know.
follow the rules of time. You're like, I don't know what to say to that.
I think it makes quantum leaps every 5 seconds.
What do you got for time, Josh?
Right now, it is...
Got all the time in the world.
Time. So, time is... What do you think? It's absolute or relative? Because obviously the time right now is not the same time that it is in China.
No.
Jinx, give me a soda.
There it is right there.
But
He
at the
spit in
same time,
At the same time.
it is absolute for them because their time is there right now. And our time is our time right now.
Yeah.
No matter where
Well-
you're standing, no matter where you're at, our time is absolutely whatever it is right now.
Time is definitely relative.
Time is of the essence.
Time is relative to the spectator.
Okay. But
So-
it's absolute to the person that's standing.
Is a
in that
second-
time.
But it's not absolute. Time is not absolute in that the further away you get from let's say the gravitational pull, the slower time goes.
Well,
or the faster you go, the slower time goes.
Are you saying if we're in the same spot and you're moving faster than me, that time is different?
Well, we're not in the same spot if I'm moving faster than you. What, am I vibrating?
You're running. Yeah. You're running around me in a circle, and I'm standing in the middle.
Oh, like the Flash.
Yes.
Yeah, the time is different for the Flash.
But for you, if you're running around me in a circle,
you're not getting any older, though.
So
yeah, nothing's changing. You're running really fast.
You're aging. You would be aging slower, according to Einstein and his theory of general relativity and specific relativity.
You run around me.
Time is relative to the spectator. So, let's say,
I can see going out of space, but
I think Einstein had this epiphany when he was.
He was never in space, though.
No, he wasn't. But he was a thinker, which is something that we don't do that much of anymore.
That's a big butt.
I like big, and I cannot lie. Other brothers, what?
Yeah.
I don't even know this.
You're on track.
Well, he said, so the idea is the faster you get to the speed of light, the slower time goes. So if you go the speed of light, time stands still. That's the theory.
Oh, so it's a theory.
And then time itself is dependent, apparently. Talk about, I'm going to listen to a podcast where 3 chimps talk about physics.
And I have no idea what physics are.
I don't. It's the physical universe, what it's all made up of. The mathematical equations that make up reality.
I'm sitting on this couch.
You're sitting on the couch, which is made up of
physics.
It's made up of made up of time, cells,
time, sweat,
space,
tears.
Yeah.
Who knows what's happened? Who knows what's happened on these couches?
Obviously, the dogs.
The dogs. Yep. So time is weird because it's. I'm trying to think of all. It's like all these things that I read over the last whatever week in regards to time, and it's like. It has something to do with the gravitational pull. It's like the faster you. So here's one thing I remember. This is gonna be a short podcast. One thing. one thing.
I said that earlier.
Did you? It's gonna be like, time's relative.
We just ran out.
Okay. Cheers, y'all. This will make up for last week's.
Right.
Just kidding. But it's so apparently the heavier the gravitational pull, the slower time goes. So if you're on Jupiter, for instance, that has a stout gravitational pull, I guess time goes slower there. You age slower.
Yeah.
I'm glad I don't live there.
You guys know this. This is actually a fact. Time goes faster when you're having fun.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Totally.
It does.
I totally believe that.
Yeah. I've had so much fun that I woke up in the morning and
it was the next day.
And everybody else was still partying the night before. Not even sure how it happened. But that's so it has something to do with the gravitational pull and how time bends around.
That's why I am glad I live on Earth.
So what's the saying? The saying is, why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because then time is here. We're in the now. What is eternity?
Eternity is a long time.
Now why?
Why
would the Earth be the now?
We are in the perfect spot, the perfect distance from the sun.
Yeah.
The perfect orbit, so humans can live on.
Yeah.
If we lived on Jupiter, we'd die.
Well, we wouldn't live on Jupiter.
Right, exactly. That's why I said.
If we died on Jupiter.
I'm glad I live here on Earth.
I was once told that.
Because I can live here on Earth. I can't live on Jupiter.
Right.
Boys live on Jupiter to get more stupider.
Is that
Which I don't believe is a true saying.
you, that's a long drive to get to the chicks that live on Mars
Yeah.
or Venus.
I don't know which.
Girls live
Yeah,
on
go-
Mars and eat more candy bars. Boys live on Jupiter to get more stupider. Yeah.
No, I think
what they
men are
told
from
me.
Mars and girls are from
Well,
Venus.
that's
That's
a
the
yes,
book.
That's a
Men are
different
from
book.
Mars. Yeah.
That's the book.
That's the book. The saying, when you're in grade school. Is what
So I guess think about time and space as like a blanket,
okay. A cuddly blanket.
I like that blanket.
like a cuddly blanket,
Okay.
nice, soft,
My
smooth
mom
blanket,
makes blankets. Does she make
And
that
it's
blanket?
flat.
more like a sheet,
Okay, sheet.
Oh,
like
okay.
a silk sheet,
Oh, okay.
very nice silk sheet, nothing on it,
Okay.
until you put the sun in the middle of it, and then it pulls gravity.
Mm-hmm.
Right, the sun creates this gravitational pull.
Yeah.
Okay.
The oceans follow the moon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right in the in the tide. There's one guy, I don't know what he does. Metaxi.
Metaxi.
I
Eric
can't.
Metaxas?
I don't think it. No, it's not Eric Metaxas. It's some dude that's. Nobody's an expert on time, but he's talked a lot about time,
Oh, okay.
and he's theorized that in the time of dinosaurs, a day was only 20 hours.
See, I don't.
And it's actually gotten longer as we've progressed.
because. Keep
Because
going.
of gravitational pull, because of the way that the atmospheres are changing, because of the way everything's.
Well, I guess biblically, does that make sense?
So, well, I don't know about biblically yet,
Okay.
but imagine if you're going around the sun really fast.
I imagine that every day. Okay.
So you're going around the sun really fast.
Got it.
Let's say, what is it, 1,000 miles an hour?
That's how fast I'm going?
Again,
Something like that,
Again,
yeah.
just a bunch of chimps sitting around with microphones.
Right.
Nobody should make sure we get these. But it's imagine you're going around the sun really fast,
Yes.
right? Because you're closer inside the gravitational pull.
Mm-hmm.
So it's setting down. You can imagine this this blanket wrapped around the sun, and it's as you get closer to the sun, you go faster.
Okay.
You ever throw like a marble down one of those funnels,
Yes.
right? And the further down the funnel it goes faster.
Yes.
Imagine that.
Imagine.
So that marble is going around the funnel super fast. Imagine the sun's in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if the sun's in the middle, the marble is going around fast. Your days are shorter.
So you're saying
'Cause you're
we're
rotating.
closer to the sun?
Saying we're getting further away.
I believe that, but I don't believe that we're closer to the sun.
So, well,
because
if
we'd burn up.
if you believe that you could be a little closer. I don't know what the magnitude is. An inch closer, 2 inches closer.
Well, how long did this guy say that the dinosaurs lived?
I don't know. That wasn't
Well, see, if you
that
say-
wasn't the point of
If you
discussion.
say billions of years, which is time,
Let's say
then the closer we were to the sun, the hotter the Earth would be, and we wouldn't be able to live on this Earth.
right. So let's say it was billions of years, and since we're just talking about time, is it possible that if you were a little closer to the sun, rotating around it faster, that days would be shorter? Is that
that's
is,
even
From what
true.
you said.
is that fair?
From what you said, yes. Yeah, from what you said, yes, but I'm not sure if that's
So now
true.
work the marble further out of the funnel, as it's just kind of going
I thought our days.
right, and then now you have a 30-hour day.
Because everybody tells me as you get older, time goes by faster too. Like,
Seems like it.
right? So we must be getting closer to the sun.
Well, it depends. Metaphorically, maybe the closer you get to Jesus, the faster time goes.
Right? The closer you come to death.
Maybe the sun really just meant the sun, like God's
man.
God's son. It's
Yeah.
like when you get to heaven, he's going to say, "Sorry for the misunderstanding.
Right.
I meant
me.
me."
Yeah. That's funny. Well, so then do you think there's time in heaven? I do. I think it's just
That's tough.
a measurement of events.
There's no sun in heaven.
There's no sun.
There's no moon.
There's no
Yeah.
moon.
But why would God give us time if he didn't care for it?
Is he himself in time?
Well, they say he's outside of time, but
Yes.
he's waiting for certain time and events to take place before he does certain things. So
No.
he uses
Yes.
the measurement of time to do things, and
Yeah.
he created time.
Yeah, when the fullness of time came.
He's the
Christ was
Alpha, the
born,
Omega.
yeah.
The fullness of the Gentiles.
He
Yeah,
waits
is
for
that Galatians 4?
He uses time.
Yeah. He uses time, so it's obvious something.
Yeah.
Like time is something. It's a succession of events, or it's a succession
it's
of.
not exact. Yeah.
But God uses a lot of natural for the supernatural.
Yeah, but he created time. Like when everything was good, and in the beginning, he created time. Look here.
He started with days.
Seasons. Yeah, this is the day. This is the evening. This is.
I get the series of events, but actual time.
I don't know. Okay,
I don't
so
believe
like,
time.
yeah, I don't know exactly. Like if we'd use time, like it's 1 o'clock, but time as in a series of events. Yeah, I think definitely just to. Maybe he does like seasons. Like why?
But eternity, you're always in the now.
Well, that's what
So-
you've never been in eternity.
I haven't, but you haven't been in eternity.
Right.
either.
But if we look at what God
So
has
are
created,
you just speculating?
I'm speculating that if you
Okay.
look at what God did create, why wouldn't he have that in heaven?
Because he's God. And I'm not.
Why
I mean-
wouldn't he have what?
Like
Time?
seasons.
Seasons.
Like, hey guys.
It doesn't say. I mean, if we're.
It doesn't say it.
If we're going to
I'm
appeal-
guessing. I'm just wondering, like, oh, hey, this will be really cool. I'm going to give these people seasons, and then when they come up here, I'm going to take them all away, and we're just going to live in one day.
That
Yeah,
honestly would kind of
that
suck.
actually that would suck, but that's what it seems like it's going to be.
But hold up. I think we just changed subjects because now I'm not quite sure.
Wow.
Because that's funny.
Right?
Because the way that you put that just now made me realize how frustrated I was. Like probably 5, 6, 7 years ago. Those 3 years, there was like no water.
Right?
No water to be seen coming from the sky at any point. It was 70 degrees every single day.
Yeah.
Winter, fall, summer, spring. It was 70 freaking degrees
Right.
every
Or
single
hotter.
day, or hotter.
Yeah.
And everybody in the on the rest of the planet were suffering.
Yeah.
And we're sitting, and they're, oh my God, it's so great that you guys live in such a beautiful place. It's the same day. Every single day. I can't get away from the sun. I know it sounds like a great thing, but wow, that does suck.
Right?
So maybe,
Like, why wouldn't he? Like, we can't fathom what heaven is like, right? We have no idea. Like, whatever we think is, like, even greater. It's greater than our thoughts, right?
well, that's because you're anticipating heaven's going to be somewhere other than here.
Well, from what we know of heaven, the afterlife.
I think from what we know of heaven, it's going to be here. It's
right.
going to be brand new heaven and earth.
Heaven and earth, yeah. So, well, wherever, heaven is, if there's, dimensionally, physically, all that stuff.
Yeah.
If he created seasons here, and we think, oh, man, seasons are great. We have got whatever they're called there, they got to be even better. They're going to blow our minds with the way things are celebrated and
But
days
I like the
and
snow.
events. Who said there's not going to be snow in heaven?
It doesn't say.
Right, it doesn't say. Like, people will say, you'll say, like, hey, is there animals in heaven? And people are like, well, there's horses, but we don't know about other animals. So he only brought horses.
Well, we clearly know what God's favorite animal is.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you
apparently
mentioned
horses.
the fact that he mentions that they're going to be there. You could almost assume, like, why wouldn't he have all, and like the way he describes these cherubim and these angels and all these other crazy things, like,
Yeah.
why not?
I'm with you. You look, I wonder too. Do you think it's going to rain in heaven? Like, is
God's gonna rain.
Is the I see what you did there. I see what you did there. A bit like, is water gonna cycle like it does here? So it evaporates, it goes into the clouds.
Well,
and
remember before the fall, before the
it
flood,
misted up from the bottom.
yeah, it didn't rain.
But there was also water above the expanse at that time too.
Right, it was a covering.
Yeah.
So I imagine it would go back to that,
Oh, that'd be sweet.
right? Yeah, the mist would come up, water the plants.
Yeah. Oh, it's humid, like Florida.
Ugh.
Well, yeah, but whatever it is, it's good. Like it'll be perfect. Whatever the weather is, right?
We'll find
We'll find out. Are you going to be shoveling snow?
if complaining isn't a sin. There's going to be complainers, and I'm just gonna.
Well, contentment
I'm a rule follower, so I'm just gonna hang out with Jesus while he puts his hand on his head.
He's gonna wipe away our tears. Nobody's gonna suffer.
No, nobody's gonna suffer. That's
They're
true.
not gonna complain.
That's
no
true.
more tears.
So no more time though.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think there'll be time.
Like it's so at some point in the future, from a Christian worldview, you're gonna be 1,000,000 years old.
Right. We're gonna be like how fun will it be to be like, dude, I'm 1,000,000 years old and look how good I look.
Now the concept of time. What if you get to 1,000,000 years old? You just get tired of counting because it doesn't matter
no
anymore.
more suffering.
Because it doesn't matter.
You're not gonna get tired.
Does time count if you're not pressed to accomplish something in that time?
Yeah, time still counts because
Why?
even on my day off.
he's so quick. He's so quick to answer yes.
He's thought about this
I know.
already.
Oh,
for a
well, because
fact.
even on my day off when I have nothing to do and I don't need to worry about time,
You're thinking about the next day.
I'm not thinking about nothing. Time is still happening around me.
Time is still happening. How do you? Well, yeah, it is.
It is.
But that's because other people around you are slaves of time.
No, it's because God created it, days and seasons.
No, it's not.
and The world's turning.
The concept of
'cause the
time.
world's
The
turning.
concept of time will be different when everybody is content and is not bound.
There's no need for time.
There's no agendas.
There's no. What purpose do you have in heaven?
The concept of time disappears
Right, but when I wanna-
when you're not bound
when
by
I'm
it.
like,
we have
hey,
purpose here on earth.
Because I'm going to have so many people to hang out with in heaven and talk to, right? And I'm like, okay, Adam,
No, not at. It's for eternity.
Adam,
It's hey,
hey.
I'll get around to talking to
I
Adam
want you to show
someday.
me. I want you to take me and show me, this, whatever this is, and meet me here. Cause I'm gonna go talk to some other people, but meet me here at this time, just so we'll know when to meet. Like we won't be bound by it, but just so we know. Like, man, I waited 30
Oh.
years, bro. You never showed up.
So you're on the same page.
Yeah, just so we're
I
on the
see.
same page.
I see.
Just so we can plan things.
Don't
it's
you-
easier to plan things when there's time.
You won't communicate differently.
Yeah, we communicate differently.
Josh is quiet.
yeah.
He's like
'cause
time. He's like time and space.
There's time.
Because
There's not
there's-
the time for time.
There's time here. There's no time there. I don't
This
believe
is funny
time
because there's
there.
no way to prove
At all.
this.
So you're a no time guy.
No time. Eternity is
He doesn't even show up
always
on
in the
time
now.
anymore.
Oh, I show up even earlier than that.
Right, because you're bound by it.
Yes, exactly. And I don't want to be late.
Right.
Yeah.
We're not going to be bound by it, but I think we're going to be able to use it beautifully.
Use it how?
Well,
Like I just told you, to meet up with Adam.
now, okay. So to your point, is there music in heaven?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we sing and praise the Lord.
Then there's time.
Yeah. Oh, see? You got to be on beat.
There's time, man. Time is the synchronicity of all things.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's this. Okay. All right. I see that. Okay.
Yeah. So you put it in terms of music. If there's music, there's time. Mm-hmm. Because how else are you going to know when to come in with your guitar solo?
Right.
You're not going.
It's just gonna happen.
You can't just. Well, that was like we'd always make fun of Kerry King of Slayer because it just seemed like all his guitar solos came out of nowhere. It just, you know what I mean? There would be some singing, and then all of a sudden, however that goes.
That was
And,
dope.
yeah, and it was and it would just come out of nowhere.
That was nowhere near.
You
how
can't-
Jack Black could do that.
No, you cannot have everybody throwing out guitar solos whenever they wanted. It would be chaos.
What kind of music is there?
In heaven?
Yeah.
Oh, heavy metal.
There's probably
metal.
everything. It's just
metal.
everything. It's all Christian.
It's metal. It's all. It's Well, maybe it's like the gift of interpretation. You know, when you hear music, you hear it in your favorite genre.
Oh, wow.
You know, you might hear classical. You'll hear Bach.
Dude, I love Bach.
Yeah, right.
I love Bach.
Do you really?
Yeah, I really do. I
That's-
love classical music.
Stop it.
I do.
He thought
I'm
you
a
were talking
classical
about.
music
I'm a
fan.
prophet. I had no idea.
Either did we.
That was bad timing.
Ooh. I see what you did there. And so you're going to listen to Bach. I'm going to listen to something metal.
I like
Probably.
to browse. I'll browse it up
Maybe country on
Switch it
Tuesdays, if there's Tuesdays.
if there's Tuesdays.
Will there be days of weeks?
There's only a series of events, according to Jared.
Well, no, that's not. I'm saying time is a measurement of events, so there will be time to measure events and things that take place. But days, why not? Why not? I mean, it just makes it more specific. Hey, Jake, I'm going to hang out with you on Tuesday. Adam, Eve, I'll see you on Thursday for dinner.
Things don't work up there like they do down here.
I know, but you've never been up there, so.
So then how do you know?
I don't know, but I'm saying,
Okay,
like,
good.
how easy it would be. Like, God created it here. Why wouldn't he have it there? Like,
Yeah,
hey,
it's God.
I'm going to make things easy for you. I'm going to create days. I'm going to create seasons. I'm going to create time. I'm going to create like this. That's way you guys can plan things, have events, have schedules.
Oh,
but up
I'm
here,
Nah, I'm
Yeah.
out.
I'm out.
done. I don't want to schedule in heaven.
you don't have
Nope.
to schedule anything.
I don't want to.
I'm not doing a
You just
schedule.
said I
You don't
did.
have to. No, you
just
can.
said-
I said you can. You have the option. You have the option.
Oh, it's an
because-
opt-in.
Oh,
It's
now
an
it's
option.
now it's an option. Before it was okay.
Okay.
Well, it's like.
Now you're going back
is
to
there
what
gonna
you
be,
said, Jared.
No,
as long
I'm
as I don't
not.
have to clock in, is what I'm saying.
I'm saying, is there going to be work? Are you going to have to work in heaven?
No.
You're not going to have a job?
Maybe. I mean, if God wants you to have a dog, he'll give you a dog. If he wants you to have time, he'll give you time. I don't want any of that.
See, so you think it's going to be different for anybody. See, but it's not. It's heaven.
I want a chocolate waterfall.
See,
I want Oompa Loompa singing Oompa Loompa songs. And I want
You're gonna have
Willy
Oompa Loompa slaves. That's on your wish list.
Dude, not slaves, but just Oompa Loompas.
That sing when you tell them to.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's
I
cool.
don't know. Because when you first created the earth,
I love the way his mind works.
I know, but I
It's just
think-
like if I had my own planet, I would be God.
right, but so
And in my
he's not-
heaven, I don't want dogs or jobs.
You're not going to get your own planet, are you? Are you
No,
going to get your
no,
Okay,
I'm
so,
not going to get my own planet.
so you're going to get what God created as
I'll
heaven
get
and
my
earth.
own mansion, though.
There you go. So all you know is you're going to have
He's
a house.
making a place for me.
A place.
He's not making my place for you. He's making my place
They're
for
saying a
me.
co-op.
A house.
It's
A
not
mansion,
not a condo.
How are you going to know when to come and go?
Oh, whenever you want.
Whenever, yeah, exactly.
So-
Whenever I want.
Yeah.
Not when you want
So
me
you
to.
don't think there's going to be anything for you to take care of, anything for you to be in charge of,
No, why?
any responsibility?
Nope.
No, that's everybody's job.
What's everybody's job?
We're not gonna poop.
What you just said.
We're not gonna poop. Right, so that'll
We're
eliminate.
not going to eat. We're not going to need HVAC.
Yeah.
We're not gonna need HVAC. We're not gonna need to eat.
We're
We're
not
not
gonna
gonna
need
need to poop.
locksmiths.
We're not
No
gonna need to
keys.
do.
Yeah, I was just about to say
We
that.
got-
We're not going to need keys.
Dude, all the services are gone, man. There ain't
What
no
about the
termites to
keys?
kill.
Man.
No termites to kill.
Now
no
he'll give me
buildings
something to
build.
open with a key.
He will.
Your heart.
Will you need your heart opened?
No, I'm fine.
No,
Jared
I'm
will.
gonna
He's a
open up your heart
rebellious-
and take it out. and
I'm just
eat
saying,
it.
I have no idea, but I don't see why not. And I'd rather argue that there is going to be.
What about
Well, I don't want to argue with you, Jared.
We're going to argue, bud.
is time the same? Is time the same
No.
at no?
Just trying to be
Just
like him.
doing the Jared.
Like, just think about, like, when you think what's on Earth and the time, okay, you have the sun and then the night, and then the night you get to see the glory of the stars,
Yeah.
right? God's creation. And the day you get the clouds and the, and you get the sunsets and you get like all the different beauties of the sky
Right.
that we're able to see.
Don't
like,
need that.
why wouldn't God have that same kind of thing in heaven where there's
Don't
just,
need
Maybe it's different. Maybe.
oh my gosh. Listen, I'm saying, I'm
Why,
saying,
why
This
would you
is-
need that in heaven when you got God right there?
oh my gosh, because maybe he just wants to show, like, look at this beautiful.
No, he's saying, look at me. I'm God.
I know, but God likes to create.
That's
does he not?
Romans 1 right there. Is this was all made
Yeah.
to represent or to point toward God.
Yeah,
And when God lives at your place,
yeah.
you don't need it.
Okay, so what are the
defeated.
no,
Jared,
no.
who cares about a sunset when you got God right there?
Listen, what are the streets
With
made
a
out
big
of?
golden
What-
rainbow
what are
right
the
in front
streets
of him
made of?
with four living beasts right there beside him singing.
What are the streets
Why
made
would
out
you
of?
gold?
in
But
heaven?
who cares about it? It's nothing up there.
Why?
It might mean something down here, but it means nothing up there.
You guys, what are the streets made out of in heaven?
Gold, exactly. What do you walk
Exactly.
on? What do you walk on?
So they're made out of gold. Why did God do that if he's up there? Why did he make streets of gold?
it's not
Why
a
is there
pressure.
streets? Why
It
are we
is
going to be
not.
walking? I don't want to be walking. No,
I'm not
that's
gonna-
what I'm saying.
I'm not
Because
gonna walk.
God
I'm not gonna
likes
walk.
to
I'm gonna
create
fly.
and he likes to do things for us. And he likes us because we're beings that like to see and touch and to feel and experience. And so why wouldn't he want to create all these experiences and things for us? Streets of gold.
Because he's right there.
Well, he did. He did Streets of Gold. That's
He
in
did.
there.
And like walls of
Yeah.
amethyst.
And so
Right.
gates
the
of pearls.
the water's like crystal.
Each gate
I mean,
is
why do
its
we need
own
water?
pearl.
I know, but why are you so against it?
Dude, could you imagine?
Why are you
You're
so
against
against-
everything I say.
Why are you so
I'm
against-
against you, Jared. Just
Why
not,
are
I'm
you
not
so
against
against?
it. I'm against you.
What God wants to give, the beauty God wants to share with you.
Because he is the beauty.
I know He is the beauty, but He also has beauty to show. You know what I mean?
Where does it say that?
Where does it say? You know the.
That's gonna.
You know, because he talks about the streets of gold. He talks about.
No, just like what we were talking about earlier, I think it's going to be different for everybody.
Oh my gosh.
I don't.
I
I
don't
don't
think
quite
so.
see that whole
Thank
like
you.
Hellraiser idea of heaven. You know, where everybody's got their own kind of personal hell,
I don't think.
and
it's
then
gonna
that's
be
kind of like
that.
it's like heaven.
You know what, Josh? I don't think you're gonna make
if
it.
you love, have you ever had an animal that you loved so much that you wish to see them in heaven?
No.
No. What about you?
An animal?
Yes.
No.
It might surprise you to know I haven't been real compassionate in my life. I know this is a
Haven't
shock.
either.
I know
You
it's-
see me with 3 different animals plus 2 little ones, but but you don't think if you liked something that he would actually be like, all right, here you go.
Like Snickers?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like candy,
Like
chocolate?
candy. Like I love candy.
Well,
When
why
I-
would you need candy when you have God? That's what-
Exactly. Exactly. You just said it.
No, because
You just said it.
just
Thank you, Jared.
just
Thank
like-
you for that.
like with your kids, you want to give them stuff.
You want to give them gifts.
You wanna give 'em
I don't
gifts.
think that. I don't think God's generosity will ever quit.
Exactly.
Right.
Right. So it's.
Okay.
But it'll be different. It won't be candy. It'll be maybe it's going to be experience for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
You won't see things in. You won't see things in 4 dimensions. Maybe you'll see them in 10.
Right.
Your perception of reality will
We're
be
going to
much
be able
different.
to move in those different 10 dimensions.
Maybe
also.
move in those 10 dimensions.
Only you or the people who want
I
to?
said we. Jared, listen.
We.
We.
I know.
We're.
We.
We are.
We are.
I'm gonna fly up and grab me a seagull.
And that's
I don't,
There's seagulls up there.
why not?
Maybe
There's
eagles.
animals.
I wonder.
Look
I don't
at
know.
this guy.
It's all
That's what I'm
speculation.
talking about. There's eagles
just-
but not seagulls. Come on.
All speculate. This would
Because
be
I
like
am an eagle. I'm not a seagull.
this would be the podcast that you listen to if you're high. You just want to listen to some random meanderings about
Just
time and space in heaven.
by this time, they've just fallen in love with our voices, and they're just listening to it to be soothed.
You're like, man, these guys. These guys.
These guys are going on some weird stuff. Are they high?
Are they?
I know
Oh my
Jared
gosh.
is.
Yeah, right.
Well, it's like, look,
I'm high on God.
the book doesn't say.
What do you like it when people say, "Oh, I'm high on the Holy Spirit"?
I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
No, I don't like
That's
it.
That's making him a common thing.
A
No,
common
I am
thing.
not high on no Holy Spirit.
No,
What-
no.
He's
Or
consumed
drunk.
me.
Or drunk on the
or
Holy Spirit. And you're
drunk
like,
on God.
seriously,
Yeah.
bro?
Or God is dope. Have
Right,
you ever seen
God is
that?
dope.
God is dope. No, he's not dope. He's Lord, right?
Mm?
Man, you guys are getting mad.
Oh, well, look,
I,
man,
feel,
you
I
can't.
see the hostility.
It's-
Yeah. You got people out there that are making God a common thing.
But do they know?
Like if he's just
Do they know they are? Like when
Okay,
they say
why
I'm high
would-
on God.
They don't know they are. No,
I don't
but-
think they're meaning to. They're just trying to say like I'm on fire. I'm high on God.
why not just say fire?
No, I've been
Because they
around.
use the word high, bro. They like.
Well, they
getting
use that
high.
too, though. They go, "Oh, I'm on fire for the Lord."
Yeah.
I
Like
don't
I don't
Some-
even.
that-
I
some people
honestly don't
used
even
to
know what
get
that
high.
means.
Right.
that you're on fire.
Yeah, I don't even know what that means.
Well, it used to mean that you were actually burning.
They go, "Hey, bro." They go, "Hey, bro, are you on fire? Are you on fire for the Lord?" You're
Yeah.
like, I mean, I don't know what that means.
It means that you're like sold out.
do you-
like
I mean-
you're.
Oh,
I
it's a
don't know.
metaphor. I mean, I love Jesus. Does that mean what's that? I don't.
Like when you're watching a basketball game and they're like, "Oh, they're on fire" because they're winning.
Oh, they're winning.
Yeah, you're winning.
Because we're gonna
bro.
win.
You're winning, bro.
Yeah, that's right. We're winning. Yeah.
Winners.
You're high on Jesus. Oh no, did I say that?
Yeah, I think it takes it. I think it takes his reverence a little.
It does.
Makes
it
his.
takes it out of what a lot.
Well, I think people are just meaning like they're just sold out for Jesus. They're high
Yeah.
on Jesus. They're overwhelmed with the Spirit.
Yeah.
They're not trying to be all.
But they're
whatever you
being
think.
stupid, you know,
They are
because they're
being
taking that
stupid.
Ephesians passage that says,
Right.
"Don't be drunk
Don't
on
be-
wine, but be full of the Holy Spirit."
Yeah.
And they're going, "Oh, I'm drunk in the Holy Spirit." You're like, "You're not. That's dumb.
Yeah.
Don't do that."
Yeah.
You're like, it just gives
I
you a
don't-
reason to act like a fool, run up and down aisles, and start slamming people in the forehead, saying,
Well,
"Praise."
Yeah. I don't think that's right doing that, but I think
Taking off my
Like,
jacket and
people-
start
I
whipping
think-
people in the face.
people being excited about the being filled with the Holy Spirit, and
Right.
maybe they say some terms that you don't like, but you know, I mean, they're just excited.
I totally can. I can appreciate that. I appreciate the joy that comes out of people's lives, and they're trying to give it a metaphorical
Right. They're
kind of
trying to-
spin,
Yeah, exactly.
you know. But
You don't want to take away the reverence of God either.
I know, but if they don't know, like they think that, like, they have, like I didn't never thought of that until you just said that right now, and I still don't think they are. But you know what I mean? They're saying. I think they're just trying to. Oh, sorry.
just
I just knocked him out.
just knocked his headphones off.
I think they're just.
Wow, keep your hands to yourself.
I think they're just trying to express their excitement for the Lord. That's it.
Well, you know what's really cool about these boom mics?
What's-
Boom.
Boom.
Is it
Boom.
you know
Did you see the way it caught my earphones
that
right
was
now?
that was cool right there.
I wish we had the video.
And then I noticed we could get all Asian up in here because we just go, hold on a sec.
Dude, that was awesome. That sounded good. Now you should say something very wise.
Right? That should be it comes
Yeah,
with its own sound
I want
effects.
to hear the wise saying right now. What is that?
Tell us something about time and space.
Ooh, time and
Oh,
space.
wise one.
Time and
I
space.
can hear you thinking.
Can you? Can you
Yeah.
see the smoke coming out of my ears? No, I'm on the spot. If you went, what's the speed of light?
183,000 miles per
Second.
or whatever. Yeah.
183,000 miles per second.
Yeah.
There's no time there. There's no time.
Yeah, there's seconds.
Nope.
Yeah, you're going
Nope.
183,000 miles per second. You
Yeah.
just said it.
But you're. Nope.
Man.
No, I didn't.
Do you believe in time travel?
Yes.
You do.
Well,
Traveling forward in time.
No,
I definitely believe in traveling forward, minute by minute,
I'm definitely traveling forward slowly.
slowly,
Some days slower than
60
others.
seconds at a time.
There are some days when I wonder, will this day ever be over?
Right.
And then there's days.
That's a good thing.
you know,
It will be. And God's grace is new every day.
Every morning.
Every morning.
Every
Yeah, but
morning.
sometimes it just I'm a very impatient person. Time does not work in my favor.
Really?
Yeah.
Man.
Especially right now when people knock off my earphones.
You know what? If the video camera was up right now, we would get down.
Yeah, we
Dirty
would.
boxing.
Mud. Oh,
He's-
boxing.
oh, wait until we get the cameras up. We don't
Yeah.
want to.
You know what? And what I would let you beat me up so that all the people would have compassion for me.
Sure, Jared. Compassion on you because you're the one who got beat up.
Yeah.
I will never let
Your
anybody
knuckles-
beat me up.
Here,
Your knuckles would
I
be
was
so
the-
swollen from hitting my face
Here-
that you couldn't work tomorrow.
the problem
Oh,
is,
no,
is
I'd
that
work.
the problem is that you're a boxer and he's a wrestler,
Right?
Right?
and wrestling is more socially acceptable amongst friends than punching your friend in the face.
No, yeah, I'd rather punch someone in the face.
Well, I would rather punch somebody in the
instead
face
of
too,
grabbing
just not my
somebody's
friend.
Junk,
Right,
you know what I
thank you.
mean? He's not my friend anymore.
Oh,
He's-
man.
He's my brother.
Oh!
I thought we were gonna have a rift, a little bit of a.
I could punch brothers in the face.
Yeah.
You can punch, yeah. Oh, can you?
And I'll turn the
Dude,
other
we should
cheek.
totally start a fight club
Dude, let's do it.
right here in your backyard.
First rule of
In the
Fight Club.
garage. First rule
In
of
the-
Fight Club is tell everybody.
Tell
about
well
Fight
in our fight. Well, we obviously just did. All 3 people that are listening to this podcast right now know that we have a fight club.
Yeah, but you know what? It's actually going to be pretty dangerous because
What is?
the Fight Club.
Why?
Well, because we're going to be hitting each other in the face.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I just need to put that out there. It's dangerous.
I think it's I really. There's days where I really want to do that.
Me too.
Hit,
Do you
hit
like a-
people?
Straight up.
Oh
dude.
yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah. There's days where I want to get into a fight, but I don't want to be sued afterwards.
Right. Yeah, because
Fight with your
nowadays
employees?
you'd get sued
Yeah. Nowadays you get sued.
Fight with your customers or employees?
or arrested.
Well, never employees. I have, you know.
Why
I
don't you
have,
join a gym?
I do join a gym. I work out.
No.
I'm at the,
one,
a fighting gym? 'Cause I'm-
MMA gym. Yeah.
because I'm 46 years old and those people can beat me up.
Oh, okay.
So you're
I'm-
gonna look for someone you can beat up.
Well, no. Here the problem is, you know, if you go to, let's say, a kickboxing gym,
Yeah.
they're not sparring hard.
Yeah, they're kicking.
But they're not doing they're not going for the head. I mean, nowadays with the PTSD or whatever happens to your brain damage,
Oh, yeah.
they're not doing a lot of
Your
hard
brain
sparring.
damage gets PTSD.
Yeah, your brain damage gets PTSD, and then your PTSD gets all upset.
There's
He
been
starts getting jealous. But they're not doing a lot of. So I mean, it's like and there's no. It would be different. Like if you had a fight club here, and people were coming in specifically to do you damage,
right.
and then you're like, okay, that's a different experience than when you go to a dojo.
Right. No. Yeah. I've actually been thinking about going back to boxing classes.
Yeah, I know you said that.
Yeah.
You should. Why don't you?
I just haven't got around to it. I'm lazy. Time is against
Look
me.
at that beautiful.
Time is against you. Time's against everybody.
Yes.
This is, you know, it's the worst thing you could possibly do, I think, in your life is wake up one day and realize you've just made the biggest mistake, never
Right.
acting on your desires.
Yeah,
I mean,
wasting
not your
time.
sinful desires necessarily, but like you had goals and purpose and vision and you want to start a locksmithing business.
Yeah.
To hesitate or to wait on that, why?
Yeah, it's horrible.
Well, now I'm hesitating because Jared's a jerk.
I'm going to
Look,
keep talking about it.
There's plenty. Maybe he knows something about locksmithing that we don't.
Right.
But like in my business, a ton. In his business, a ton of competition.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Dude, this is a straight up marketing and sales job. This is what it is. Every service oriented business is about sales and marketing.
Right.
That's it.
The way they advertise getting your business license, it's like, hey, come get it, come get it. Get it.
Oh man, dude, I have so much competition in my business, and the way that we win is by marketing better and by closing more deals. That's it. If I can get my salespeople in front of prospects, we win.
Yeah.
And that's just that's locksmith. That's any service you provide.
Agreed.
Yeah.
You know, so it doesn't matter how much competition there is. There's plenty of work out there for everybody, and
Right.
everybody has locks.
That's right. Nobody gets locked out.
Everybody has locks, and the evolution of the lock is something that, you know, I don't know. I'm speculating, but if you look forward to the electronic lock or on your phone or the apps, those kind of things, look, man, then your job just changes.
Yep.
Then you become a lock hacker.
I have hacked this.
You're just gonna hack the
Lock hack.
You know, they go, oh
Hacker.
man, hacker. You'll be able to do your locksmithing from your office.
Oh yeah, for
You
sure.
know, from a laptop.
Maybe you should start a security company.
Maybe you should. Jared.
Security company would be good too. There's good service for that.
Cameras.
Any service-oriented company, man. You start a service-oriented company, I'll help you. Dude,
God,
I'm
you seen
service baller.
It's like Shark Tank. He's already got your back.
I got your back. I got advice aplenty.
Nice.
It's service businesses aren't hard. You just have to have the guts to do it and the willingness to fail.
Dude, this is what I want to invent, okay? I was running on the treadmill
You're gonna
today.
tell everybody
I'm gonna
right
tell
now?
everybody because no one else is going to do it. If I don't do it, I want somebody to do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Somebody
so
will.
I'm running on the treadmill today.
Running?
I'm running. Actually, I was walking.
Because he doesn't like to go anywhere.
Yeah, I was walking on the treadmill. Yeah, and I was thinking, dude, this would be so cool if there was a little punching bag in front of me or a little face in front of me that I could hit while I'm walking or running. And then it was like, oh, and then like a stomach shot, and then so I can grab it and knee it in the face, and then
While you're on the treadmill?
yeah, while I'm on the treadmill, so I
Okay.
could be walking and punching at the same time, or running and punching at the same time.
Okay.
And there's no treadmills like that with little punching bags, or even a speed bag in front of you, or
Yeah.
or just a little rubber guy's face in front of you. Mm-hmm. And
Rubber guy.
A rubber guy.
a rubber guy. Well, you don't want a real guy,
No, you don't.
but I think
Not
boxers.
while you're on a treadmill,
I
'cause
think
he'll
people
kick
who
your
like
ass.
to hit people like you guys would really enjoy it, because I was thinking how much I would enjoy it too. it'd be a lot of exercise. You're
yeah.
walking at a certain pace and punching at the same time.
I should
Right.
plan that right now.
Yeah, I
got-
just need to get an old treadmill and make it how I want it.
You're gonna walk on a treadmill and punch at the same time.
Yeah, I walk. Yeah, I'll show you. Next time you're at the gym, I want you to get on the treadmill, walk, and then
No.
we're at the
I don't
and there's
do
a TV screen sticking up out of this treadmill, right?
Okay.
And I was like, man, I wish I could punch this thing.
Yeah.
You know,
You can.
You can.
I could
Just punch the
Just get
crap out of
kicked
that television.
Yeah, I just wanted to beat the living tar out
Wait
of it.
until Maury Povich comes on.
Yeah,
Oh,
Just
dude.
start hammering that television. Maury Povich.
but yeah,
He's still on. You want to talk about a waste of your life? Time gone by. Think about 30 years of daytime television where you're trying to
Maury
catch people cheating on their
Povich.
on their spouse.
He's still on.
dude.
I think he is.
You know what? You should be a private detective.
Oh my gosh, dude! Look,
Oh, Jared.
I'll tell you what, man. If you could start a business that you can make a decent money at with no employees, gold,
Yeah,
freaking gold. If you can make a couple $100,000 a year, no employees, decent.
and no work.
No work. Well, there's work.
I know.
You just have to be really, really good.
Mhm.
You just have to be so good at something that people pay you top dollar. And that's the
Yeah.
I guess I'll just go back on the streets, bro.
unless you want to manage employees. They're not bad if you get the right ones.
Well, you
But-
gotta.
Nah, I can't
gotta get
work
a
with
robot.
people.
You can't work with people.
Nah, I can work with people. I was just about to say I'll get a robot.
Dude.
I'll get a little Chucky doll.
Dude. Was it with you guys I was talking about the future of no, I was talking to my buddy. We went on vacation last week, the week before,
You have
the Big
another
Bear.
buddy.
I have several.
Okay.
My buddy.
My buddy and me. We were climbing up a tree, and I was talking because he owns his business in Oxnard.
Were
Yeah.
you allowed to
Shout
climb up
out to
that
Easy
tree?
Street Driving School.
Dude, he's a driver.
He's a driver, and I told him, I said, I can't wait until Google gets this algorithm down to where I get robots answering my phones and handling customer.
Can't you
handling
don't
customer
companies do
service?
that?
No, not as well as I need them to do it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's going to get to a place where you won't be able to distinguish an actual person from a computer. And that's where I need it to get before I install it at my business.
Gotcha.
Because they don't have bad days. Nobody recognizes. It's hard in this time and day. People aren't recognizing that the jobs that are going extinct.
Yeah.
Like everybody's like, oh yeah, my customer service job, is going to be around forever. It's not.
Right. Locksmithing.
Yeah, 5-10 years from now, man, customer service reps are all going to be unemployed, and it's all going to be computers, and everybody's going to be happier for it. Because I'm going to call. I'm never going to be put on hold. I'm going to tell the computer, who sounds just like a pleasant person, I'm going to say, hey, for some reason or another, my computer's not working. They're going to go, I'm sorry to hear that. Have you tried turning it off and back on? Yeah, I tried that. Okay. Well, let's do this. And then it'll walk me through the troubleshooting thing that some Filipino kid would walk me through. And it'll be fast, no hold times. It'll be done.
But you know what?
Done.
There's gonna be little things that are gonna frustrate you. Little things
Like what?
that aren't programmed into it because
Like?
somebody's got to think to program it into it for it to be there.
Right.
So I'm at the Habit not yesterday. I don't know, a week ago, and I ordering my food not at the counter, at the computer.
Okay.
Right?
Sure.
And so it's showing me the list of everything on there, I'm gonna get, all I'm getting is a shake and some French fries. Okay, I'm not that hungry. I just want a shake and some French fries.
Okay.
And so I want a mocha shake, and then it gives me the choice: do you want a mocha shake or a mocha malt?
Oh.
And I asked my buddy, "Hey, what's the difference between a malt and a shake?" It doesn't say on here.
A shake is made with ice cream, and a malt is made with malt.
Yeah. It's got some like powder. Well,
Yeah, it's powder.
there's powder. Mm-hmm. It's additional powder or something like that.
Yeah, it's
So
malt powder.
But I don't know that, and I'm trying to figure out. Well, how do I know if I want a shake or a malt? So I asked my buddy. He's like, I don't know the difference. So I asked the guy next to me. I'm like, hey, buddy, do you know the difference between a shake and a malt? And he's like, I have no idea. I guess you're going to have to go to the counter and ask the real person. And I was like, that ain't happening. I pull out my phone. Hey, what's the difference? It took
like,
me
"Hey,
an extra
Siri,
5
huh?"
minutes. Yeah. And so I ended up just getting a shake because I was like, I don't know what this malt powder. Now I can't ask the computer, have you had this shake and a malt? Which one do you prefer?
Right.
It's just little things like that was frustrating.
You didn't just see. Now I think when you get older, you'll be at the kiosk and you'll see somebody at the counter looking like they're praying for death,
Yeah.
and you'll say, "Hey, what's the difference between a shake and a malt?" And she'll say, "A shake has ice cream, a malt has powder."
Yeah, but which
And
one
then-
tastes better?
Well, that's preference. You can't ask her or a computer which one tastes better.
Like,
Do you want real ice cream in your shake, or do you
well,
want
both
some
of them, from what I gathered,
shake powder?
both of them have ice cream in them. One just has a powder added to the ice cream.
No, forget it. No,
Yeah.
none of
Not
that.
eating no powder.
So now, how do I know? They're the exact same price.
So
But I know I'm going to like the shake. I have no idea if I'm going to like the malt.
So now imagine a time, not very long from now.
Yeah.
No, that didn't work out very well. But not very long from now, where you're standing at the kiosk and you look at your buddy and you go, "Hey, what's the difference between a malt and a shake?" And it hears you and it gives you the answer.
Well, see, that would be nice.
Right. It'll learn. Every time you ask it a question it doesn't have an answer to, it'll search for an answer
And I
for
want
the
a
next time
sample.
it happens.
I want a sample of both to see which one I like better.
It'll pee it right out on your shoe.
That's what I want. I'll take off my shoe, lick it, say, give me that.
And that's like the future. So I told him, I was like, I can't wait. And he's like, seriously? Why? I was like, are you kidding me? Why? Because I want my customers to have the best experience. Mm-hmm. Computers never have bad days. It's a job that technically a computer could learn to do.
Yeah.
And it's 24-hour a day service.
Right. You don't have to close.
With no hold time. Mm-hmm. You call, you get an answer. No waiting 15 minutes. None of that.
Well, the line has to be open, right?
Well, the line has to be open, but you can now with fiber optics, you can have an infinite number of lines.
Oh, wow.
Doesn't matter. You just go, as long as you have bandwidth. Bandwidth is getting cheap. Cheap.
Cheap is cheaper?
Yes, sir.
Amazing.
So, I mean, in my business in 5 or 10 years, it's going to be, the technicians are going to be drone technicians.
Really? And then my technicians are going to be so cheap because everybody's just going to need a job.
Yep. Well, at some point, At some point, they'll just retrofit every house with air conditioning that never breaks down.
Yeah. Well, they're already making systems that can diagnose themselves and whatnot.
Sure.
So
So you just got to find a business like locksmithing. There's not always gonna be locks, you don't think?
Well, I think there's always going to be a type of locks, but I think that's why it's more like security systems, installing systems is going to be the way to go than trying to like make keys are going to be a thing of the past.
Oh yeah.
People locked out of their cars or locked out.
Well, they're
going
gonna be like retina scans and thumbprints and stuff like that for locks.
Yeah, I think.
Yes.
But it's still gonna be a lock. It's still gonna be a bolt that goes across two chasms, or a chasm.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
connects two pieces.
The installation of such things.
Dude,
will
that's
be necessary.
the
But
best thing is running your own
Most
business.
of what I did when I was a locksmith, most of what I did was lockouts. People were locked out of their house, locked out of their car.
Yeah.
Locked out of their house, locked out of their car. But now with getting rid of keys and the way I don't think it'll be a big deal.
I call a locksmith to make keys for me
Yeah.
because it's
And not many people call locksmiths or go to locksmiths to make keys anymore. They just go to the hardware store. Or they go to the machine.
I can stay at the office and work, and the guy will come to my office and make me a couple keys.
That's cool.
Yeah. Why would I go to Home Depot
I don't know. A lot of people do.
and hunt up and down the aisle for people who
know.
have no desire
So
to see me?
frustrating.
They don't want to. They don't want to see me. They don't want to help me. You tell them you need a key made, and it's some 80-year-old guy that's still making keys with files in the back. They got to go hunt for them, and it's a mess.
Right.
Forget that, man. I just call the locksmith. He swings by. I go, "What's up, man?" I think he's from Iran or something.
Yeah.
He makes me a couple keys. I'm good.
Which way did you run?
He ran south. He ran away from the Ahmadinejad or whoever's in Iran. But you should start. There's no better time
Then today. Then the present.
than the present time to start a business.
Yeah.
And if
Because,
you get nothing out of it, other than because you're going to have stress no matter what. If I have managed businesses for people, I have managed salespeople, I have coached them all, I've run offices, and the stress is the same exact stress as having my own business. Mm-hmm. It's a little bit heavier, but the freedom is more. Because, before I was always concerned about, okay, man, I got to go in and talk to the boss and present my numbers and talk about strategy. Now I'm the boss. Mm-hmm. So it's like, there's a freedom that comes along with that, man, I would never, if I could help it, I'll never go back.
Right.
So, and by this time next year, I'll have probably 4 businesses.
4.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good.
So
See?
it's going to be the termite and pest control business, the construction business,
Oh, yeah.
coaching business,
Coaching, soccer.
and this.
And this, bro.
Yeah, because I consider this is a...
Well, see, you just got a job, bro.
Yeah, you
just got hired.
actually, you have a business. It's the podcasting business.
Dude, you're in the podcast.
You are in the podcasting business.
And you never knew it.
Yeah.
GOAD casting?
GOAD casting.
You get the paycheck.
Yeah. You're going to want to
just
log
took it.
on and smush that button. 5 stars. Tell everybody you love GOADcast. You guys are freaking crazy. And they don't know what they're talking about most of the time, but
Right.
they're somewhat enjoyable. So
Yeah.
leave a 5-star review. Just
And if you don't do anything, in 2 years from now, you'll look back and be like, man, 2 years ago I talked about leaving a 5-star review and I never did.
yeah.
Or I talked about starting this business and I never did. 2 whole years would go by.
I'm gonna look up my favorite quote. So give me a second.
All right.
And then,
Favorite quote?
well, my favorite, yeah.
You know, like some people.
Is it, we need a bigger boat?
Go ahead. You need a bigger what? A button?
Need a bigger boat?
No.
What is that from, Jerry?
We need a bigger boat.
Yeah.
Let me think.
Think about that, yeah. I just wanted you to...
Must be a movie with boats in it.
Yeah, it is.
This is.
It is a movie with boats on it. What is that from? We need a bigger boat.
I have no idea.
Jaws.
Is that? Oh, it's Jaws. What would I know, man? How old was I when Jaws came
I know.
out?
I watched Jaws when I was like 5. I have no idea. I haven't watched this thing.
How old were you? You're young. You got 10. I got 10 years on you, easy.
Yeah, but I watched a lot of movies.
How old are you, Josh?
I'll be 36 next month.
Yeah, 10 years. I got 10 years on you. What are you at?
38.
You're 38.
Yeah.
I'm 10 years older than everybody I hang out with.
Really? I
Yeah.
wonder why.
That's weird.
Maybe because your maturity level.
No, you know what it
10
is?
years.
It's
Wow.
yeah, it's probably that might be part of it. The other more practical reason is that it just took me a long time to develop into maturity.
Well, is your wife the same age as you?
Yeah, well, she's a year younger than I am, but
Oh, okay, you guys are both the same age.
it just took it took me a long time for some reason. I don't know why. Mm-hmm. I think it's because I didn't grow up with a dad, or because of just turbulent childhood, or whatever. Mm-hmm. I always feel like I'm about 10 years behind where I should be. Like, I feel like I should have started my business 15 years ago.
Interesting.
Like, that's where people start businesses, in their 30s, not in their 40s. Right? When you're
well,
40,
some people start
yeah, I guess
in their 40s.
they do, but I always just feel like I'm 10 years behind.
I don't think so.
Developmentally, I think in everything, I'm just like,
You're a late bloomer.
I just don't take advantage of time. It's like I think back when I was a young adult in my 20s,
Mm-hmm.
I was super self-conscious and insecure.
Okay.
And so I didn't want to go to classes. I didn't want to go to college because I was afraid. I was afraid to go into new places.
Yeah.
And that hampered my development. I wanted to go to school. I was just too
You're scared.
scared.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Would you go to school now?
Like, I would get into fights. I don't care. I'm not afraid of that, but I'm afraid to go into a room with a bunch of people I don't know. Not now anymore.
So you do
now
go-
I relish it. I could go, if I'm the speaker.
No. Would you
This is
go
my
to school
favorite thing in the
as
world.
A learner.
No,
Okay.
but only because now I've deceived myself into thinking it's a waste of time.
Oh, okay.
Because I've clearly established a successful business without a college degree.
Right.
Well,
There's a lot of people who have.
without a liberal arts degree.
Gotcha.
I mean, you can't do anything. I got a theological degree.
Do you?
There's like probably have,
So you have a degree.
bachelor's degree.
So you did go to school.
Yeah, I went to school. I'm educated somewhat,
Truth comes out.
but I should have a master's by now. But what good does it do you? Like if I had let's say if I had a master's degree in divinity,
Mm-hmm.
maybe I'd be a pastor of a church. But but it's not good anywhere else. I can go sell cars and tell people that you have a master's in
Maybe.
divinity degree.
Some
Like,
places it really doesn't matter as long as you have something.
some of them
right?
I guess don't, but well, I hear Calvary Chapel's accredited now, so that's good, right?
Or it's going to be.
Or it's going to be.
Just give it time.
So they're coming around. I figure if I waited long enough, maybe they'll give me credit towards a master's or something.
Yeah.
Like, come on, people, get with them.
I'd just rather make a certificate online.
Oh yeah, you can buy those. I have a philosophy in the spirit of time, because we're almost wrapping. In the spirit of time, I figure this: if I wait long enough for anything, it will change, and I won't have to.
That's not true.
Yeah, let me give you an example. That's exactly true.
Okay.
So let's say 15 years ago, I go to the doctor. Doctor says, man, you're a young man, but your cholesterol is super elevated, and you have high blood pressure.
Mm-hmm.
We should put you on some medication.
Right.
I go, thanks, doc, but I'm smarter than you, and that's how you think.
This
as
is
a
a
kid.
real example.
Yeah, this is a real example. I didn't tell him this.
Okay.
I'm not smarter than a doctor when it comes to
Okay.
doctor stuff, obviously. But I was like, no thanks. I'll just watch my diet and exercise. A few years, maybe 5 years.
So you did something.
No.
Oh, you didn't. You didn't do anything.
15 years ago, I was probably, when I was 210 pounds, I was probably the biggest that I'd ever been
Oh, okay.
from working out. So it's not like I was... Even now they look at me and they go, I would say that you should lose 10 pounds, but it looks like you go to the gym, so maybe you're not fat.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Whatever. So they do that BMI thing. But I told him, I was like, look, I'm not going to take your medication.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm going to do it.
Okay.
And he's like, all right, well, try to watch what you eat, blah, 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 blah. All right, so let's say 6 years go by, I do it again. Elevated cholesterol, you really should consider medication. Not going to do it. Okay, fine. This most recent physical that I had, they took blood, they did the whole 9 yards, they ran everything through, and they say, and they go, everything's within the acceptable range. And I said, it's not elevated? They're like, no. I said, well, for a long time it was elevated. They're like, oh yeah, we use a different measurement now.
They changed the measurement.
It's more accurate.
Right.
And I was like,
So your cholesterol, everything stayed the same.
everything's about the same.
Yeah, so
they use a
nothing
different
changed.
they use a different measurement.
I don't think that proves anything.
It does. It proves that if you wait long enough, you'll be right.
No. Listen, if you don't clean your room in 10 years, that room still won't be clean.
No, it will be.
If someone else cleans it.
Exactly.
There you
That's what I'm saying. So all right, let me close with this. Should I close with some wisdom?
Yeah, I hope so.
Are we done with time and space?
I
Because
hope it-
that lasted all of 3 minutes. It was like, no, we're gonna have to come
This
up
is
with.
I
more
think
like
we
just
just
a
focused
talk.
on time.
We have better subject.
We need space.
Yeah.
Time is.
You know, I didn't have time to study.
I didn't have time to talk about space.
Stay
There we
tuned
go.
for next week when we all fail to have another. We don't know what we're going to talk about. Okay, here it goes. Whatever you can do or dream you can do, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it.
Does it?
Well, I mean, you weren't supposed to respond so quick. You got to let this settle in for a second.
Man, it settled
That
in real
sounds like
fast.
some Bruce Lee stuff.
That's
man.
nobody knows who to attribute that to. It was a German playwright, thinker, Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. That's who it's attributed to, but they're thinking he got it from somewhere else.
Probably.
So basically what it says, whatever you can do or dream you can do, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. Selah. I love that quote. You don't like that quote?
I do like it. It's good.
It's all right.
It's all right.
I like it.
You got a
yeah.
better quote?
Yeah,
It's
what is it?
Just
Boldness.
do it.
Just
Well,
do it. Nike.
just
That's
the Nike.
Nike.
That is the most when we talk about Ephesians and talk about time.
I think-
He says what? What's that Ephesians passage where he says make the most of your time for the time
Redeeming
is
the time.
redeem the time for the time is evil.
Yeah.
right? It's running away
Right.
as quickly as it can from you. Before you know it, you're going to wake up and you're going to be 50, 60, 70 years old with a lifetime of regrets. You got to move now.
Right.
You got to take your chances now. The last job I had, this is the second company I've taken to the top 100 in the nation, and then I was fired. Second company. I'm like, well, you're welcome, and thank you. So then I finally said, you know what, screw this. I'm gonna start my own business.
Yeah.
And so then we start the business, and now we're in our third year.
Mm-hmm. And now you get to fire people.
$1.5 million. We'll do 1.6 this year.
Uh-huh.
We'll do $2 million next year. It's, for all intents and purposes, successful.
Yeah.
And had I been a little bolder 10 years ago and just said let's just do it.
Yeah.
It's a good statement, because boldness does have power, wisdom, and magic in it. You just go.
But now you learned a lot in that 10 years, yeah? Or you don't think so?
Not as much as, look, I mean, you learn a lot by starting your own business anyway.
No, that's true. That's absolutely true.
You know what I mean? So it's like you might as well start when you're young.
Yeah. You know,
Make the mistakes when you're young enough to take the risks.
Mm-hmm.
Prepare and be willing to fail.
Absolutely.
And just go for it. Who cares?
Yeah. I remember, I think I was 27, 28 years old when I wanted to start a business, and it was, at the time, it was either I'm going back to school or I'm going to start a business.
Right.
Because you're going to spend money either way.
Right.
And then it wasn't go back to school, it was start a business.
Yeah.
So start a business. And then, you know, I had to shut it down for a time, then start it back up, then shut it down for a time, then start it back up. But still, I'm glad I've learned so much. And then you're forced to learn. You're forced to learn.
Yeah. Survival.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I did before I went on staff full time at Calvary Chapel. I had my detailing business.
Mm-hmm.
I've always wanted to have just freedom.
Right.
I'm a big freedom fan. I like my freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Give me my freedom. I don't want to answer to people. I don't want to clock in and clock out. And if I can help it, I want to be commission based.
Yeah.
That's it. I get to earn what I feel like I'm worth.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna just.
Unless you feel like you're worth $3 million.
You can make $3 million
I know,
though.
but
That's
you're
the.
not right now, so there.
Yeah, that's true too. But boldness has power, wisdom, and magic in it. So maybe in 5 years, by the time I'm 50, maybe I'll. And it's really not about making, so I'm rich. It's mostly so, you as a believer, I'm trying to make as much money as I can so I can give it
Take
away.
with you. Oh.
Yeah, so I can be buried with it. Have you ever wiped your butt with $100 bill?
Every day.
Me neither, but I'd like
Every
to. I'd like to. That is on my bucket list.
Oh man.
That's on my bucket list. I might video it.
Yeah.
Just to go, especially if I get some kind of funky disease, and I'm gonna go out in a blaze of glory, son.
I don't think
Get me $100 bill.
You know how
wipe my
small,
butt,
like-
set it on fire. I got to do all that stuff.
Compare the $100 bill with a piece of toilet paper.
Set it on fire.
It's so small. I mean,
That's.
I'd set a separate $100 bill on fire. I wouldn't do the same one I pooped on.
you should after you wipe, just light it on fire. Nobody ever wants to touch that thing again.
Oh my goodness.
No, give it to someone who doesn't know.
Oh,
Oh, but then you have to wash it off.
No,
Make them wash it off.
make them. Wash
Just
it
chuck
off.
it at a
And
homeless
then,
guy and be
yeah.
like, "Look, bro, if you want it,
oh man,
that's what it's gonna take." Is that
that's messed up.
was that chili? Is that no? That's not chili.
It was chilly.
Jeff.
That's wealth.
Oh my. This is the part. This is the part in the podcast where we almost end it, and then we completely go off the rails for the next half an hour. Where it's like we should just here. So everybody's in the same loop. So look, this is episode. I think we're in like 7 episodes or something like 7 or 8 or whatever it is, and we're new at this, right? We got our gear. We're in our studio here,
Mm-hmm.
and the hope is that everybody's evolving with us,
Yeah.
right? Because we're learning how to do this, and we're kind of, what do we know,
Right.
Right? And if we could start every podcast as if it were after the hour, we'd probably be in really good shape.
Right.
Everybody's probably by now, because there's 7 episodes in, if they've hung out past some of the technical difficulties that we've had, specifically the one last week or the couple last week, if you've hung in this far, you might as well evolve with us the rest of the way. I mean, we're only going to keep getting better at it, I hope.
Yeah. You know what's funny is whoever this is the first one they've listened to, and they're thinking like, "Oh, okay, we're gonna talk about time and space." And they're like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
No,
They just wasted my time.
They're saying, "Oh man, this is I thought this was an educational podcast." You're like, "Nope,
This is a joke.
It's a bunch of clowns sitting in a garage.
just a couple of conscious chimps just trying to spout off something they read 2 minutes ago."
Give a good title.
Like, I watched an Einstein video on the way in today. I know everything about what there is to know about time and space.
Oh man.
Let me tell you about gravity, speed of light, how it slows down. I know exactly what I'm doing.
Oh, man.
But it's like we're doing it long, and we'll do it long enough. We'll get better at it. We'll add stuff to it. We'll take stuff away.
Just give
Hang
us time.
in there. The most important thing for the people listening to this is that you subscribe, do your 5-star review, give us high fives and the whole 9. Tell all your friends about us, and then if you want to unsubscribe, go ahead. Just kidding. I'm teasing. We want you to keep listening, but it's we recognize it's rough roads.
Right?
It gets better.
Times are hard.
Oh,
It'll
man.
get better.
It's definitely get better. We're all committed to getting better. Are you committed to getting better with us? That's the question.
Right. It's all on you.
It's all on you. You can join our Facebook group, and you can email us at goatcast.com, and you can do all those things and give us all your input and ideas. And you idiots should talk about this, or
Oh yeah.
boy,
Yeah.
if you could video putting makeup on Jared, that might be cool too.
We do that every day, though.
Oh, we would.
Yeah.
We actually should improve the lighting here in the dungeon,
Yeah.
In the dungeon.
We could-
and then
Yeah.
we'll do our GOAD cast on video. I'll shout to the cameras here. Boom. I'm
Boom.
pointing to you right now, even though you're not there yet, and these boys will point to you over here, even though you're not there yet. What up, people? Josh has been quiet. You know when Josh hasn't studied for the week
Right.
I'm actually tired, too.
because he's like, no.
No, I called you. I called you a couple hours before.
He says, what are we talking about this week?
No, I forgot, too, though.
I said, oh no.
And I was just like, I don't know. I don't think I was really into that. Like,
Yeah, so we have to. So look, this is where you guys help out. We have a whole list of subjects we're going to cover over the next several weeks, several months. But if you have anything that you want to contribute, some subjects you want us to bloviate about, then we're happy to
Cover them.
Yeah, and if they happen to be subjects we're excited about, I'm going to admit, time and space. Well, a few weeks ago we were going to do knowledge, and we bailed on that.
So we didn't have any.
Well, because the idea of breaking down anything epistemologically just didn't seem like good podcast material. It's, I guess not yet. I mean, we started off this podcast talking about,
that would take a lot of studying.
yeah, I mean, it's going to take drip studying, it's like a
Yeah.
little, like an hour a week for, a dozen weeks, and then come here with some kind of intelligent, whatever. But it's, so yeah. So email us, text us. You can't text us. You can.
This is Jake's phone number, 555-55.
You say, this is, don't do that. Let's see.
You can call
Yeah.
Halo.
You can call Halo. Call Halo Home Services for all your termites and pest control needs. If you're in the Southern
Actually,
California area or worldwide wanting to buy a franchise, you can reach out to us at our franchise office at 888-377-4256. It's 377-HALO. And we'll sell you a franchise. Yes, sir. Worldwide. Conquest coming soon.
Wow.
Interesting.
I can hear the phones ringing.
Oh yeah. All right. Anything else, boys?
No, have a good one.
Josh, super talkative.
Talkative.
See ya.
Signing out.